do you think the room looks?
Fabulous! I told you it would. I wish you could always have it like this. That lamp looks divine there. And those chairs are just the right colour. I told you brown would look well in here.
Suppose Harold comes back.
Oh, he's not coming back till tomorrow morning.
Yes, I know, but suppose he comes back tonight. He's mad about his antiques. What do you think he'll say if he goes into his room and finds out we've stolen them?
Don't dramatise. We haven't stolen all his furniture. Just, 2 chairs, the sofa, the table, the lamp, the bowl, the vase, and the bowl of flowers. That's all.
And the Buddha? That's more valuable than anything.
Do stop worrying, darling.
You don't know Harold. He doesn't even let anyone touch his antiques.
Look, we'll put everything back as soon as Mr. Bamberger leaves. Now stop being dreary.
Well, frankly, I don't think we should have done it anyway. Harold don't know.
Why not, for heaven's sake? The room looks divine now. Just look at it.
Darling, George Bamberger is a multi-millionaire. He's lived his whole life against this sort of furniture. Our few stolen bits aren't going to impress him. If you ask me, it would look much better to him if he were to find me exactly as I really am. A poor artist, it might touch his heart.
It might, but it certainly won't impress Daddy. Remember, he's coming too.
As if I could forget. Why you chose to invite your monster father tonight, I can't think.
He just wants some proof you can earn your own living.
And what if Bamberger doesn't like my work?
He will, darling. Just stop worrying.
Well, I can't. Get me whiskey, will you? I've got a foreboding. This night is going to be a disaster. An A1 copper-bottom 24-carat disaster.
The trouble with you is you're what Daddy calls a DD, a determined defeatist.
The more I hear about your daddy, the more I hate him. And I loathe military men anyway. And at any rate, he's bound to hate me.
Look, darling, Daddy's only a bully when he thinks people are afraid of him.
Well, I am.
Oh, you haven't even met him.
That doesn't make any difference. I'm a complete physical coward. You'll smell it on my breath.
Don't be ridiculous. Here.
Thanks.
What can he do to you?
Well, for one thing, he can refuse to let me marry you.
Oh, that's sweetie poo.
I like you in red. It sets off your hair.
Oh, thank you. Straighten your tie. You look sloppy, Pooh.
Well, you look divine.
Really?
I mean it. I've never seen you look so lovely.
Tell me, Bryn,
Yes?
have there been many before me?
Thousands.
Seriously?
Seriously? Well, none.
What about that girl in the photo?
She lasted about 3 months.
Well,
2 years ago?
what was her name?
Clea.
What was she like?
She was a painter. Very honest. Very clever. And just about as cozy as a steel razor blade.
And when was the last time you saw her?
I told you, about 2 years ago.
Well, why did you still have her photograph in your bedroom drawer?
No reason. It was just there. That's all. Now come here. Give me a kiss. No one in the world kisses like you.
Tell me something.
Yes.
Did you like it better with her or me?
Like what, darling?
Sexy Boo!
Oh, darling, people will be here in a moment. Put a record on, will you? And it better be something for your father. What does he like?
Oh, he doesn't like anything except military marches.
I might have guessed. You know, I think I got some. That last record there on the shelf, with the orange cover. Marching and Murdering with Suzo or something.
This one?
Yes, that's the one.
The band of the Coldstream Guards.
Ideal. Put it on.
Oh, how do you switch on?
It's that last note there on the left. Yes, that's the one. Oh, let us pray. Oh God, let this evening go all right. Let Mr. Bamberger like my sculpture. Buy some. Let Carol's monster father like me. And please, let my neighbor Harold Goringe never find out that we have borrowed his precious furniture behind his back. Amen. Oh, blast! We've had a fuse. Must have been a bloody record player.
Where's the box?
In the hall.
Have you any candles?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, where are the matches?
They should be on the drinks table. Oh, no. Look on top of the record player.
No, nothing here.
Damn! Would you believe it? Oh, bloody hell, I'm coming! Yes, hello. Oh, no, I'm good, and you? Carol, go look in the bedroom, will you?
I haven't finished in here yet.
Yes, I know, it's just, well, I've just remembered, there's some fuse wire in the dresser drawer where you found the photograph. Go and get it, will you?
I don't think there are. I didn't see any there.
Don't argue, just look.
Right, keep your hairpiece on.
Hello? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Stop saying what? Carol, darling. Julia! What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in Finland. But it hasn't even been 6 weeks. Where are you calling from? Heathrow! Well, no, not tonight. No, I'm terribly busy and I'm afraid I just can't get out of it. It's business.
Nothing here except your jewelry socks. I told you.
Try the other drawer, darling. Where are you calling from? No, I'll have to call you tomorrow. Where will you be? No, not tonight. No, I know it's just right around the corner. That's not the point. You can't come round. Look, Claire, something's happened over these past 6 weeks. The situation has changed.
I can't see anything. Brent, please.
Look, Claire, I can't talk about it over the phone. What's it got to do with what? Well, yes, of course it does. You can't expect things to stay frozen, can you?
There's nothing here. Haven't we any matches at all?
Don't stop wailing! No, I wasn't talking to you. Look, I've got to go. I'll call you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Who was that?
Just a chump. Did you find any fuses?
Can't find anything in this. We want to get some matches.
I'll try that as well.
Please help me.
Miss Furnival, is that you?
Oh, Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Oh, thank God you're there. I'm
What?
so frightened.
Are the lights out at your house too?
Yes.
Must be a blackout.
No, I don't think so. Oh! I don't think so. I could see the street lamps from the landing.
Then it must be the masked fuse box. It controls the whole house.
Oh, well, where's that?
It's down in the cellar. It's all sealed up. No one's allowed to touch it but the electricity people.
Well, you have to get them quick.
How?
Phone them, of course. Don't be so futile.
Darling, no one's coming out at this time of night.
Oh, don't be such a dee-dee, darling. Try.
Miss Furnival, I don't suppose you have any matches.
No, I'm afraid I haven't. So improvident of me. And I'm absolutely terrified of the dark.
Miss Furnival, Miss Melcat. Miss Melcat, Miss Furnival.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Isn't this frightful?
Perhaps we can put Mr. Bamberger off.
Didn't you say he's dining out and coming on here after?
Yes.
So he can't be reached.
Bloody hell. Yes, London Electricity Board, please. Night service. No, miss, no. I'm sure it is in the book, but I'm afraid I can't see. No, miss, there's no need to apologize. I'm not blind. I just can't see. No, I don't have any matches. Miss, please. This is an emergency. Thank you. London is staffed with imbeciles.
You're so right, Mr. Miller.
Yes. No, I don't need the number. I can't dial it. Well, have you ever tried to dial a number in the dark? Miss, please, I just need to be connected. Thank you. Miss Furnival, I don't suppose you have any candles?
No, I'm afraid not, Mr. Miller.
Yes, yes. No. Yes, hello. I'd like to report a mains fuse at 18 Scarlatti Gardens. The name's Miller. Yes. Well, yeah. No. Hold on. Hold bloody on.
If I might suggest, Harold Golling's opposite might have some candles. He's away for the weekend, but he always leaves the key under the mat.
That is an excellent idea, Miss Furnival. That is exactly the sort of practical thing he would have. I'll go and see. Carol, take this.
Oh, yes.
Bloody hell!
You all right, Mr. Miller?
I knew it. This is going to be the worst night of my life.
Hello? Hello? Oh, this would have to happen tonight. It's just Brinsley's luck.
Oh, well, is it something special tonight then, Miss Malkin?
Well, it couldn't be more special if it tried.
Oh, might I ask why?
Have you ever heard of a German called George Bamberger?
Indeed, yes. Isn't he the richest man in the world?
Yes. Hello? Well, he's coming here tonight.
Tonight?
In about 20 minutes to be exact, and to make matters worse, he's apparently stone deaf.
Oh, extraordinary. Might I ask why he's coming?
He found some photographs of Brinsley's work and apparently got madly excited about it. He is a great collector. Oh, Rin would be absolutely made if Bamberger bought a piece of his.
Oh, exciting!
It's his big break, or was, a moment ago.
My dear, you must get some help. Jiggle that thing.
Hello? Hello? Oh, perhaps the bomb's fallen and everyone's dead.
Please don't say things like that, not even in levity.
Hello? Oh, this is number 18, Scarlatti Gardens. I'm afraid we've had the most dreary fuse. It's what's laughingly known as the master box. We want a little man. Oh, well, they can't all have flu. Please try. It's screamingly urgent. Thank you. Sometime this evening, they say. That's a lot of help.
My dear, they're not here to help you. In my young day, you paid for service and you got satisfaction. Nowadays, of course, you just get some foreigner swearing at you. And if they think you're of the middle class, it only makes it worse.
Would you like a drink, Miss Furnival?
Oh, I don't drink, thank you. My dear father, being a Baptist minister, strongly disapproved of alcohol.
Damn and blast! Is there anybody there?
Oh, in here, Daddy Pooh.
Well, can't you put a light on, damn it? I almost knocked myself out on a damn milk bottle.
We've got a fuse. Nothing's working.
What a relief for light!
This is my father, Colonel Malket. Miss Furnival, she's from upstairs.
Yes, how do you do?
I'm taking refuge with Mr. Miller for a moment. I'm not very good in the dark.
When did this happen?
About 20 minutes ago. The main thingy just went.
And where's this young man of yours?
Oh, he's in the flat opposite, trying to find some candles.
Too many hasn't got any.
No, we can't even find the matches.
I see. No organisation. Bad sign.
Daddy, please. It could happen to any of us.
Not to me. What the hell is that?
Oh,
My God!
Do you like the flat, Daddy? He's furnished very well, hasn't he? I mean, it's rich, but not gaudy, poo.
It's very elegant, yes, it's good. I can see he's got proper taste.
Yes.
Ah! Now that's what I understand to be a real work of art. You can see what it's meant to be.
Good heavens!
What is it?
Oh, that Buddha! It so closely resembles the one that Harold Gorringe has.
Ah, he must be quite well off. It must have cost a pretty penny. By Jove, it's got wonderful colours.
Do you know Mr. Gorringe?
Oh, very well indeed. We are excellent friends. He has such lovely things.
What?
This furniture. Surely. Oh, my goodness.
Daddy, why don't you have a look in there? It's Bryn's studio. That's something I particularly want you to see before he comes back. Please have a look.
Very well, Dumpling. Anything to oblige. Excuse me.
Miss Furnivall, you're a sport, aren't you?
I don't know. What is this furniture doing in here? It belongs to Harold Gorringe.
I know. I'm afraid we've done something absolutely frightful. We've stolen all his best pieces and put Bryn's horrid old bits in his room.
But why? It's disgraceful.
Because Brinsley's got nothing, Miss Furnivall, nothing at all. He's as poor as a church mouse. If Daddy had seen this place as it looks normally, he'd have forbidden our marriage on the spot. Mr. Gorringe wasn't there to ask, so we just took the chance.
If Harold Gorringe knew that anyone had touched his furniture or his porcelain, he'd go out of his mind. And as for that Buddha, it's the most precious thing he owns. It's worth hundreds of pounds.
Oh, please, Miss Furnivall, you won't give us away, will you? We're desperate. And it's only for an hour. Oh, please, please.
Very well. I won't betray you.
Oh, thank you.
But it will have to go back exactly the way it was, just as soon as Mr. Bamberger and your father leave.
Oh, Miss Furnivall, I swear you are an angel. Do have a drink. Oh, no, you don't. We'll have a bit of lemon.
Oh, thank you. That I won't refuse.
So that's supposed to be sculpture, eh?
It's not supposed to be. It is.
I reckon they'd make good garden implements. I'd like them for turning the soil.
That's not very funny, Daddy.
Sorry, Dumplings. These you find.
I wish you wouldn't call me Dumpling.
Well, there's no point in wasting this. We may need it.
Don't be nervous, Miss Furnivall. Bryn will be here in a minute with the candles.
And then I'll leave, of course. I don't want to be in your way.
You're not at all. Bryn,
Hello?
did you find anything?
I can't find anything in this. If there are candles there, I don't know where they are. Did you get the electricity people?
They said they might send someone round later.
Well, how much later?
They don't know.
Some lookout. There's not a candle in the house. We've got a deaf millionaire coming to look at sculpture, and your monster father to look after all them.
Good evening!
Bryn, this is my father, Colonel Malquette.
Good evening, Colonel. Fancy you being there all this time. You see, I was expecting some monsters. Neighbors. Neighbor monsters. Monster neighbors. They phoned up and said they might be coming around to take a look at the place. And you know how it is.
You seem to be in a spot of bother.
Well, no, it's just a fuse. It's not the first fuse we've survived. And I dare say it won't be the last.
In the meantime, you've got no matches, right?
Right.
You've got no candles, right?
Right.
You've got no BE, right?
Basic
efficiency!
Well, no, I wouldn't say that exactly, you see.
And by that I mean the simple state of being at attention in life.
Hey, at attention. Very good, sir.
Rather than at ease.
Certainly not.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Do?
Oh, don't echo me, sir. I don't like it.
Don't like it. Very sorry, sir.
Look, you here. You've obviously got an emergency. Anyone can see that.
Well, no one can see anything. That's the emergency.
Spare me your humour, sir, if you don't mind.
Very sorry, sir.
Why don't we look at this objectively, right?
Right.
Good. Problem. Darkness. Solution. Light.
Very good, sir.
Weapons. Matches. Candles. Torches. Anything else?
A set of early Christians.
What did you say?
Nothing, Colonel. Matches, torches, candles. Very good, sir.
Where were you going to find any or all of them this time of night?
I have absolutely no...
The pub, of course!
Oh, of course, sir.
God, you've got a pub nearby, haven't you?
No, of course, sir. I spend all my time there. Some of my time. A little of my time. 10 minutes a day.
They won't be closed if you hurry.
Very good, sir. Your clarity of mind has saved the day.
Well, get on with it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Won't be a moment.
Good luck, darling.
Thank you, my sweet.
Kiss, kiss.
Kiss, kiss.
So, oh, stop that at once.
Very sorry, sir.
Hello! Is there anyone there?
It's Harold!
Harold?
It's Harold! He's back!
Lindsay!
The furniture!
Oh, no.
What's going on here?
Nothing, Harold.
Lindsay!
Oh, don't go in there! Oh, no, come in. We've had fuse. It's all over the house.
Have you found the electric people?
Yes, they're on their way. Come in.
It's awfully cozy in the dark, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is. So you're back from your weekend then?
Oh, yes, there's some weekend. It rained the whole bloody time. I couldn't take it anymore. I feel damp to my panties.
Well, okay, why don't you come in and tell us all about it?
Us? Who's here then?
Well, I am Mr. Gorring. Taking refuge, I'm afraid you know how I hate the dark.
Blasted thing won't go. Ah, there we are. Yes. Who are you?
May I present my neighbor, Harold Gorringe. This is Colonel Melcat.
How do? How do you do?
And Carol Melcat, my neighbor, Harold Gorringe.
Hello.
May I take your coat for you, Harold?
Well, do be careful, it's sopping wet.
Yes.
You've got no candles, I suppose.
No, would you believe it, Colonel? Silly me.
What the devil did you do that for?
Oh, no reason, Colonel. I was just, preserving your wick. Yes, you might need it later, and it was failing fast.
Well, never mind. I think I've got some matches.
Matches?
Yes, I hope I've got the right end. What's going on?
Draft. No one can keep a flame lit in this room. It's impossible.
Is everything all right? It's all...
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Have you got a dead body in here or something?
No, of course not. It's dangerous. Yes, deeply dangerous. We could all die right here in this room.
Die?
Yes, you see, in old houses like this, they often keep the master fuse box next to the gas line. They're just down there.
So, what about it?
Well, you see, an electrical explosion, yes, can damage the gas line. They're famous for it. It happens all the time. They always say, never keep an open flame until it's mended.
I've never heard of that.
Neither.
No, it is absolutely true. It is fantastically dangerous to burn an open flame in this room. Isn't that right, darling?
Yes. Yes, Prince, absolutely right. In fact, they warned me about it on the phone this evening. When I called them, they said, whatever you do, don't strike a match till the fuse is mended. It's dreadfully, dreadfully dangerous. You can't imagine how dreadfully.
Yes, see, there you are.
Well, why didn't you warn me, Dumpling?
I forgot.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, goodness, we must all take care.
Yes, we certainly must. Let's all, have a drink. Cheer us up.
Well, I must say a drink wouldn't come amiss, not after the journey I've had tonight. There must have been 35 people in that compartment. Babes in arms, toddlers, 2 poodles and 3 nuns. And not sauces from Leamington to London. It's a bloody disgrace. But I must wash up first.
No, you can do that here.
I must unpack.
No, nonsense. Do it later.
No, I must unpack. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a creased suit.
No, nonsense. We can't have you walking around in the dark. You know how accident-prone you are. You'll knock yourself unconscious. No. You just stay here and relax. Carol, get him a drink for God's sakes.
Well, you're in a bossy mood, I must say. Darkness must bring out the dominant in me.
What will you have, Mr. Gorringe? Winnie, Vera, or Jeanette?
Come again?
Winnie whiskey, Vera vodka, or dear old standby Jeanette?
Well, I can tell you're a camp one. I'll have a spot of Jeanette if it's all the same with you, and a little bit of lime juice.
Young man, do I have to remind you you've got an emergency? You've got a guest arriving any minute.
I'd completely forgotten.
Well, try the pub, try the neighbours, try who damn well please, sir, but get some light.
Yes, sir. Carol, can I have a word with you?
Oh, yes. I'm here.
Now!
Nothing, Colonel. Please just excuse us for a moment.
Mr. Gorringe, you'll never guess who's coming here tonight. Who? Guess.
Well, the Queen.
You are ridiculous.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Well, think!
We can't. The whole thing's a nightmare.
Is that boy touched or what?
Touched? He's a lollipop.
Oh, what?
An absolute sweetie. I've known him all these years. There's not many secrets we keep from one another, I can tell you.
Really?
We're going to have to get every piece of Harold's furniture back in his room tonight.
In the
We
dark.
have to. There's no other way. I can't get lights till we do.
Oh, come on, Fernie, don't be a tease. Who's coming? Who's coming here?
Well, I'll give you a clue. It's someone with money.
Oh, money. Let me think.
Carol!
Look, can we just tell him it was a joke?
Oh, you don't know him. He can't bear to let anyone touch his treasures. No. He's bad enough in his china shop. The things he keeps here at home are absolutely sacred. Besides, do you want him to call me a thief in front of your father? Because that's exactly what he'll do.
Brinsley!
No, and I'm not exaggerating either. He can get absolutely murderous when he's upset. I've seen him turn into a mad killer inside 10 seconds.
Well, how on earth can we do it then? You can't get all that stuff out in the dark, then bring your own bits back in here without anybody noticing. It's impossible.
Now who's being a DD?
Brinsley! What are you two doing up there?
Nothing, Colonel. I just looking for some bottles to bring back to the pub. Won't be a moment.
Say what you like. That boy's touched.
Listen, darling. You hold down the fort, serve our drinks, keep things going. Leave everything else to me. I'm going to get it all back, every piece.
You can't. It's impossible.
Brinsley!
Oh, trust me, darling, trust me. You do your part, and I'll do mine.
Get down here, Miller!
Come, Colonel. Not to worry, Colonel. I'm off. Help is definitely on the way.
Oh, hurry it up, man.
Miss Carol, get your drinks. If our guest arrives, just please explain the situation.
Would you like me to go with you?
No. Good heavens, no. You just stay here and relax. A good gin and lime will do wonders for you. Won't be a moment. Goodbye.
Well then, drinks. So it's a Jeanette for Mr. Gorringe, and I suppose a Winnie for Daddy. And I'll have a nice glass of beer and tonic.
And how on earth are you going to do that in the dark?
I remember the exact way I put out the bottles. It's very simple.
Well, look, love. Let me help you. I'll strike a match. I'm sure it's not that dangerous. Just for a minute.
No? Oh! Do you want to blow us all up, Mr. Gorringe? Oh, poor Mr. Van Berger would find would be teensy-weensy bits of us. Very! Oh, messy poo!
George Bamberger, is that who's coming here tonight? George Bamberger.
Yes, to see Mr. Miller's work. Isn't it exciting?
Well, I never. You know, I read an article about him in the Sunday paper. He's known as the mystery millionaire. You know, he's almost completely deaf as a post, and he spends most of his time home alone with his collection. He almost never never comes out except to go to private galleries or viewings. Oh, that's the life that I would live if I had money. Just collect all the china and porcelain I ever wanted.
I've never met a millionaire, but I've always wondered if they feel different to us. Their actual skin, I mean.
Their skin?
Yes. I've always imagined it must be softer than ours, like the skins of ladies when I was a girl.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Oh, yes. She's very fanciful, our Bernie. Real imagination. I've always said she could have been a writer.
Very kind, Mrs. Collins. You're always so generous with your compliments. This, however, is by no means fancy. In my day, softness of skin was quite the sign of refinement. Nowadays, we middle classes, well, it's hard enough to keep ourselves decently clothed, let alone soft.
You never spoke a truer word, Bernie. It's all going to the dogs everywhere you look. Take that word you just used, refinement. That doesn't mean anything anymore. It used to be used to indicate something elegant or old age. If you were to use the word refinement to most people today, they'd think you were talking about something to do with sugar.
It's the tragedy of our times, Mr. Gorin. The tragedy of our times. And such a charming word, too. Refinement.
I'll tell you the truth, dear. You and I are never going to hear that word spoken properly again in our lifetimes. People don't give a damn, and they haven't got a clue. And you and I have simply got to get used to it.
You know, my father used to say, even before the bombs came and burned our dear little house at Wendover, the game's up, old thing. We middle classes are as dead as the dodo, and there's nothing we can do about it. Poor father! How right he was.
Your father was a professional man?
He was a man of God, Colonel.
Ah, yes. How's those drinks coming, Dumpling?
Fine, Daddy, there'll be 1 minute.
Here, let me help you.
Oh, you can take a bit of lemon to this purple if you want.
Very well.
Oh, here we are, Daddy. Bit of lemon for Miss Barrowell.
Very well. So your father was a professional man?
He was a saint, Colonel. I'm only thankful he never lived to see the rudeness and vulgarity of life today.
Rudeness and vulgarity, that's it to a T, Bernie. You wouldn't believe the manners of some people today, honestly. Did I tell you what happened in my china store the other day?
No, Mr. Gorringe, I don't think you did.
No, I don't think I did. It was around 9:45. I just opened up and I was dusting off some teapots, you know, Wedgwood collector does something short. When who should walk in but that Mrs. Levitt? You know, the ginger-haired bit I told you about, the one that thinks she's God's gift to the bachelors.
Here's your bitter lemon.
You're very kind. Thank you.
Well, anyway, she's got in her hand a vase. I sold her for some birthday present for an old geezer she's having a bit of a ding-dong with down at Earl's Court. Hoping to collect the loot after he dies is the way I read the situation, and I'm a pretty good judge of character, Bernie, as you know. And she's a real rasper, this one.
There's a blasted rocking chair.
Are you okay, Daddy?
There wasn't a rocking chair here before.
Oh, yes, dear. You ought to watch that one. It's in ropey condition. I've told Prinsley about it several times. Well, anyway, this vase is a nice piece of canned cheap. Absolutely authentic. I let her have it for £60, and she infinitely got the better part of the bargain. But anyway, in she prances, her hair all done up in one of those bouffant hairdos, tarty French-like. Would have looked wonderful on a girl half her age with twice her looks.
You!
Yeah, you know the sort. Well, anyway, she says, Mr. Gorringe, I've been cheated. She says, I took this vase over to Bill Everett at Portobello Market, and he says it's not at all what you said it was, Chinese and very rare. He says it's a piece of 20th century trash from Taiwan. Does he? I said, does he? Yes, he does. And I thank you to give me my money back.
How dreadful, Mr. Collins. What did you do?
Well, stay calm. I always do when I'm riled. I counted to 10. And then I let her have it. I says, in the first place, I don't expect my customers to go around my back checking up on my honesty. And in the second place, Bill Everett is as dim as Barnsley Church. There's no need for blank. And in the third place, this accounts for the truth. Don't ever cross my threshold again, because if you do, I won't be held accountable for the consequences.
My, Mr. Gorringe, how splendid of you. Here's your chin, you deserve it.
Oh, it was proper blazing. I didn't care.
Daddy, where are you? I have your scotch.
Here, dumpling. Can't you bitch telling me about porcelain?
Do you care much for porcelain yourself, Colonel?
I don't know very much about it, madam. I do like some of that Chinese stuff. You get some wonderful colours, like on that statue I saw when I came in here. Very delicate.
What statue is that, Colonel?
Oh, the one that was on the packing case, sir. Very fine.
I didn't know Brinsley possessed any Chinese stuff.
Well, we've all got drinks. I'd like to propose Daddy's regimental toast. Raise your glasses, everyone. To the 25th horse. Confusion to its enemies.
I'll drink to that. Confusion.
Yes, up the old 21st.
Well, thank you, Dumpling, thank you. Very touching indeed. Damn it! That's gin!
Oh, and I've got bitter lemon.
Oh, horrible. Quite horrible. That must be alcohol. Oh, how very unpleasant.
Look, love, exchange with mine. I've got bitter lemon. Colonel?
Here's a scotch for me.
Yes, thank you. Wonderful. Well, let's try that again, shall we? Bottoms up.
Quite. Bitter lemon! Look here, I can't stand another minute of this.
Daddy,
This is
please.
absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, no.
I don't care if I blur us up, Dumpling. If I blur us up, I blur us up. There was a Buddha sitting there when I came in.
A Buddha?
Where is it now?
I didn't know Brinsley had a Buddha.
I don't! I never have a Buddha in this house. I'm a Confucian.
What the devil are you doing there?
Don't be rash, Colonel. Remember, no open flames.
Don't be impertinent. Did you go to the pub?
Yes, they were closed.
You didn't go to the pub in that time. Surely you couldn't have.
Of course I did.
But it's 5 streets away, Mr. Miller.
Needs must when the devil drives, Miss Furnival. Whatever the hell that means.
Now look here. There's something mighty peculiar going on in this room. I may not know about art, Miller, but I know men. I know a lion in the light, and I know one in the dark.
Daddy Pooh.
I don't want to doubt your word, sir. Nevertheless, I would like your oath that you went out to that public house. Well?
Bryn, Daddy's talking to you.
What are you shouting for?
Well,
Of course, I know. You're absolutely right.
Well, what's your answer?
That was a very perceptive remark you made there, Colonel, and that not many people would have thought of it.
Now look here, young man. My patience is running out with you. It's P.E. Patience exhausted now. You think I'm going to let my daughter marry a born liar? You're very much mistaken.
Daddy, please.
Just leave this to me. Kindly leave this to me, Dudley. I can handle it.
Handle what, Colonel? For heaven's sake.
Marry? Did he say marry?
Well, that's the general idea.
You and this young lady, Bryn?
What's laughingly known as engaged. Subject, of course, to Daddy's approval.
Well, I never. What surprise.
We were keeping it a secret.
Evidently. How long has this been going on then?
Just a few weeks.
You
certainly hope you approve.
You sly, secretive cat.
I was going to tell you. You were the one person that I wanted to tell.
But you didn't.
No, I just didn't get around to it.
You chose to keep it from me.
No, I didn't choose. I forgot.
Say no more. There's no obligation to share confidences. I've only been your neighbor for 3 years. I've always assumed that there was something more than a geographical closeness between us. I was obviously mistaken.
Don't get all huffy.
I'm not getting anything. It'll just teach me not to bank on so-called friendship again. Silly me again. Silly, stupid, trusting me.
Oh, good God, man.
Come, Mr. Gorange, we haven't told anybody. Not one single soul, really.
Alone, Dumpling, there's nothing to tell. And I'm not sure that there's going to be.
Listen, Colonel, I'm afraid we've gotten off on the wrong foot, and if that is my fault, then I apologize.
My father always used to say, to err is human, to forgive divine.
I thought that was somebody else.
So many people copied him.
May I help you, Miss Furnival?
No, thank you, Miss Melkett. I'm just getting myself another bit of lemon. That is, if I may, Mr. Miller.
Yes, of course.
Well, sir, wherever you are,
I'm here.
now look here, I'm prepared to overlook your damn peculiar behaviour this once. But understand this, Miller. My daughter's dear to me. You show me you can look after her properly, and I'll consider the whole thing favourably. Now, I can't say fairer than that, can I?
No, sir. Most fair, sir. Most fair.
Of course he can look after me, Daddy. His works are going to be world famous. In 5 years, I'll feel just like Mrs. Michelangelo.
There was no Mrs. Michelangelo, actually.
Was it there?
No, he had passionate feelings of a rather different nature.
Oh, really, Mr. Gorange, I didn't know that.
Look, Harold, I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings. Can we all be friends?
I'm not sure I can contemplate a friendly relationship with a viper.
Oh, come on, Mr. Gorange. It really is a case of forgive and forgetty-poo. Have another gin and lime.
Well, I don't mind if I do.
Oh, let me mix it. Oh, let me mix it for you.
Oh, yes. Well, I must say, there's nothing nicer than having a bit of a booze up with a pretty girl.
You haven't seen me yet.
Oh, I just know it. Brinsley always had wonderful taste in ladies. I've often said to him, you have the same taste in ladies as I do in porcelain.
Harold?
Oh, don't be silly, Bryn. Why be so modest? There's nothing to be ashamed about. If anything, it's rather flattering. I found a photograph of one of his bits from 2 years ago. And I must say, here we go, darling, she was pretty stunning in a blousy sort of way.
Ah, well, that must be clear.
Did you know her, Mr. Goring?
Oh, yes. She's been around a long time.
Has she?
Or am I speaking out of turn?
No. I've told Carol all about Clea. Though I must say, I'm surprised to hear you call 3 months a long time.
What was she like?
Well, you probably can't remember her, can you, Harold?
Well, why on earth shouldn't I?
Well, because it was 2 years ago, you've probably forgotten.
2 years?
2 years!
Now that you mention it, I remember her perfectly. I've always thought she was rather plain.
She wasn't.
Well, I'm just giving my opinion.
You've never given it before.
Well, I was never asked. But since it's come up, I always thought she was ugly. For one thing, she had teeth like a picket fence, all yellow and spiky. And for another, she had terrible skin.
She had nothing of the kind.
Yes, she did. I remember it perfectly. It was like pink dew wallpaper with grey wallpaper underneath.
This is disgraceful.
You knew I never liked her, Brinsley. She was far too clever by half.
And so tiresomely bohemian.
You mean she was as pretentious as her name? Oh, God, I bet she was. That photograph I found showed her in a sort of sultry
wasn't, sir.
Clear?
Clear! What?
Nothing. I just remember how you're all saying such terrible things. She was beautiful, and besides, did you just say I was famous for my taste in women?
Aye, but it had its lapses.
How rubbish. She was beautiful, and tender, and kind, and considerate, and adorable in every way.
You told me she was as cozy as a steel razor blade.
Did I? Surely not. That doesn't sound like me.
You said to me in this room when I asked you what she was like, she was a painter, very honest, very clever, and just about as
As
cozy.
cozy as a steel razor blade. Well, then I said it. So bloody what?
So, nothing.
If that boy's not touched, I don't know the meaning of the word.
What's all this talk about her being kind and tender all of a sudden?
Well, she could be. On occasion, very.
Very rare occasions, I imagine.
Not so rare. Not so rare at all.
Meaning what exactly? Brinsley, I'm talking to you.
I can explain everything. Go up to the bedroom and wait for me there.
But now? Quite the moment.
I wasn't supposed to be there.
What did you say?
I think he wants you upstairs, dear, for what reason I can begin to imagine.
They're going to do some more of that plotting, I dare say.
Oh, what's the matter, darling? Has something gone wrong?
No. It's all back. Everything.
You mean we can lie?
Yes. No.
Why not?
No reason.
Why did you put me in the bedroom?
I don't. Go away.
Oh,
No,
Charlie.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
There you are, you see. They are plotting again. What are you two doing up there?
Nothing, Colonel. I just remembered there may be a torch under the bed. Yes. I keep that to blind the burglars with. Have another drink, Colonel.
What do you mean another? I haven't had one yet.
Welcome! Let me help you. I'll get you one.
I can help myself, thank you, madam. Can I get you another bitter lemon?
No, thank you, Colonel. I can manage myself.
So this is what they mean by a blind date. What the hell is going on?
Nothing. George Bamberger is only coming over to look at my work tonight, and we've had a few.
Is that the reason for all this furtive clutching?
Darling, I just can't explain things now. That's all.
Who's that frightful girl?
Just a friend.
She sounded more than that.
Look, if you must know, it's Carol. I told you all about her.
The idiot Deb.
She's actually a very sweet girl, and well, frankly, we've become very close friends over the last few months.
Oh, how good.
Just good.
And if you become friends with her father too?
Well, look, if it's any of your business, they've just dropped by to meet Mr. Bamberger, that's all.
What was it that you wanted to tell me on the phone tonight?
Nothing.
You're lying.
Clear. If you have ever loved me, then please just slip away quietly without asking any more questions. I will come around later and explain everything.
I don't believe you.
Please, darling. Please, please, please.
At last, a decent glass of scotch. Are you getting your bitter lemon?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Well, millionaires are always late, it's their thing.
I'm sure you're right, Mr. Gorringe. It's just how I imagine them. 2 hours later at least. And hands like
No one in the world kisses like you.
I miss you badly, Bryn. I had to see you. I thought about nothing else these past 6 weeks. Bryn, I made the most awful mistake walking out.
Oh, Cleo, please.
I mean, we've known each other for 4 years. We can't just throw each other away like old newspapers.
I don't see why not. You know my politics. You've heard the gossip. You certainly made your way through all my entertainment section.
Well, how about a second edition?
Yeah. You simply can't talk about this right now. Can't you just trust me for 1 hour?
Of course I can, darling. You don't want me down there.
No!
Then I'll go quietly to bed. When you've got rid of them all. I'll be waiting.
That is a terrible idea.
I think it's lovely, a little happy relaxation for us all.
Perfectly relaxed.
Brinsley?
Too solemn for day, too sweet for night. Come not in darkness, come not in light. That's me, isn't it?
No, of course not. I just can't explain right now, that's all.
Oh, very well. You can explain later, in bed.
Not tonight, Julia.
Either that or I come down and discover your sordid secret.
There is no sordid secret.
You won't mind my coming down.
Brinsley!
All right, fine. Stay. Only keep quiet. You're making pitch. Yes, my sweet.
What are you doing up there? You've been in eternity.
I'm just looking in the bathroom. You never know what you might find in this clever little cabinet.
Are you trying to madden me, sir? Are you trying to put me in a fury, sir?
No, of course not, Colonel.
I warn you, Miller, it's not difficult. My furies are not unknown, sir.
I may sing.
I may knock you out. What did you say?
Bryn, how dare you talk to Daddy like that?
No, I wasn't talking to Daddy like
Then
that.
who were you talking to?
Myself.
Oh,
Yes, I was saying to myself, Brinsley, if you keep knocking about in the dark like this, you'll knock yourself out.
Mad! Mad! It's the only explanation. You've got yourself engaged to a lunatic.
there's something going on up there, and I'm coming up to find out what it is. Do you hear me, Bryn?
Carol, no.
Oh, I'm not such a fool as you take me for. I know when you're hiding something. Your voice goes all deceitful. Ah, very, very messy poo.
This is not very ladylike, Carol. I'm sure the Colonel wouldn't approve of you going into a man's bedroom in the dark.
I'm coming up, Brinsley. I'm coming.
I'm coming down, Carol. I'm coming down.
Hello, please? Hello, please? Mr. Miller? I have come as was arranged.
It's Bamberger!
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 You must have thought I was never coming, yeah?
No. I know how busy you must be. I'm grateful. I'm grateful you have made it at all.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm afraid we've had the most idiotic disaster. We've had a fuse.
You'll have to speak up. He's dead.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid we've had a fuse. Not the best conditions for viewing sculpture.
Don't worry.
Do you always travel with a torch?
Yeah, mostly. It helps to see the details. You are holding a private view.
No, these are just some neighbors. May I present Colonel Melcat?
A very great honor, sir!
No, mine.
I'm Carol Melcat.
Dante, so glad you got here. It's terribly kind of you to take such an interest.
Not at all.
And this is a neighbor of mine, Harold Goring.
Honored, I'm sure. I must say, it's a real meeting you.
Enchanted.
And another neighbor of mine, Miss Fergal.
Taking refuge, I'm afraid. Oh, it's true. They are softer. Much softer.
Softer, please?
Miss Fergal,
please. Excuse me, but why are you all shouting at me? I'm not deaf.
You told me
Well, I must say, I love your outfit. Where did you get that cute little cap?
My hat?
Oh, yes, it's so chic. Wildly original.
But surely you have seen them before. We all have them.
Oh, you mean it's some kind of club? It must be so exclusive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely impossible to get into.
What my father always used to say, it is harder, it's easier for a rich man to get through the eye needle than for a camel to enter heaven.
Christ.
What is it?
The sofa. We forgot about the sofa. You'll have to get that torch away from him.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I am pressed for time.
Of course.
Oh, God in Himmel! Is that one of yours?
Why, yes, it is.
It's amazing. fantastic.
Do you really think so?
Oh, definitely. I see at once what it represents.
You do?
Oh, no question. The two needles of man's unrest. Self-love and self-hate leading to the same point. Well, I am right, aren't I?
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah.
It is clear to see that you are an expert, sir.
Double nine, nine, nine.
Well, may I propose an experiment? I'd like you to feel it in the dark.
The dark?
Yes, I actually made this piece to be felt and not seen. I call it my theory of factual tactility. If it doesn't stab you in the quick, it's not art, am I right? Darling, why don't you relieve our distinguished guest of his torch?
Oh, yes, of course.
Now I want you to put out your hands, yes, and feel it all over. Complete passion. Yes, that's the trick. Total commitment.
Yeah. Impaled here in the dark, one can feel the vital thrust of the argument. Oh, the anguish of our times. Oh, it has real moral force. Oh, I feel the passionate embrace of similarities to create an orgasm of opposites. Oh, you should charge immense sums of money for works like this, Mr. Miller. This one, for example, how much is it?
500 guineas!
Ah, so fair.
So, would you like it then?
Oh, definitely.
For 500 guineas?
Certainly, if I had it.
What do you mean you've gone broke?
No, I mean I never had it.
Now, I know your millionaires can be eccentric.
Daddy!
Millionaires? Who did you imagine I was?
Oh, damn it, man, you must know who you are.
Look, Mr. Bamberger, is this some kind of joke you like to play?
Excuse me, that is not my name.
It's not.
No, my name is Stupanzich. Born in Weimar, 1905. Student of philosophy at Heidelberg in 1934. Refugee to this country in 1938. Regular employment ever since with the London Electricity Board.
Electricity!
You mean you're not?
Of course he's not!
But who did you imagine I was?
Look. What a nerve! You come in here giving us a lecture about orgasms when you simply here to make a fuse.
I agree with you, sir. It's monstrous. You come in here, a public servant, pretending to be deaf, and proceed to harangue your employers, unasked and uninvited.
Excuse me, but I was invited.
Oh, don't answer me back, sir. In my day, you would have been fired for impertinence.
Daddy's absolutely right. Ever since the Beatles, the lower classes think they can behave exactly as they want.
Miller, kindly show this fella his work.
Why don't you just go down to the cellar?
All right, where is it?
I'll show him.
Oh. All right, farewell, farewell. I leave the light of art for the dark of science.
Let's have a little less lip review, shall we?
This evening is happening.
Cheer up, darling. In a few minutes, everything will be all right. Mr. Bamberger will arrive in the light. He'll adore your work and give you £20,000 for your whole collection.
Oh, yes.
And then we can buy a super little house and live what's laughingly known as happily ever after. What? I want to leave this place just as soon as we're married. Well, I don't want to live in a slum like this for our first couple of years like other newlyweds. Oh, what's the matter with you?
The gods, they listen, darling. You've given me a terrible night so far, and they may do worse.
I know, you've had a horrid evening. I'm so sorry, poor baby.
But
I'll fight them with you. I don't care a thing for those naughty old gods. Do you hear? Not a single little thing. Ah!
What?
Oh, it's raining.
Oh, don't be stupid.
I'm all wet.
How can you be?
Oh, what are you hollering for? Ah!
It's a leak. Yes, a water main must have burst.
Oh, good God! Don't tell me there's somebody else here.
Who's there? Come on, I know you're there. Who's there?
It must be Mrs. Punnett, my cleaning woman.
Huh?
Yes, Mrs. Punnett, my cleaning woman. She comes around every Friday.
And what would she be doing here now?
Yes, well, yes, I've just remembered. I saw her the other day and I told her I'd be having a party tonight and she said that she might drop by and tidy up the place.
But damn it, man, it's after 10 o'clock.
She can't be that conscientious, not from what you've told me.
Oh, no, but she is. Yes, you wouldn't believe how devoted she is. She actually once came around at midnight saying that she couldn't sleep for thinking about how dirty the place might be.
Well, when did she come?
Well, she must have just slipped in and gone upstairs. Yes, she actually wears these special swan's down slippers to keep noise to a minimum.
Well, let's just see if it's her, shall we?
Oh, no, she hates to be disturbed.
Mrs. Punnett? Hello, Mrs. Punnett, is that you?
Hello, yes?
Oh, Mrs. Punnett, it is you. Good heavens, what on earth are you doing up there?
I'm just giving your bedroom a bit of a tidy, sir.
At this time of night?
I'm afraid I was delayed, but better late than never, sir, as they say. I know how you like your bedroom to be nice and inviting when you're giving one of your parties.
When did you come, madam?
Oh, just a few moments ago, sir. I didn't want to disturb you, so I came on up here. But I can't seem to find the light. It's as dark as Nougat Knocker. Are you playing one of your kinky games in the dark, sir?
No, it's a fuse, Miss Punnett. The man is mending it now. We'll have light any moment.
A fuse. I thought it might be one of your kinky games in the dark, sir. The one with those rubber underclothes and those little whips.
No, it is a fuse, Miss Punnett. The man is mending it now.
Well, that'll be really for you, won't it?
Yes, of course. Though you probably want to be going home right now, don't you, Miss Punnett?
Are you sure of that, sir?
Well, not with this fuse. There's not much point, is there?
Oh, no, sir. I could clean this place with my eyes shut. I'd like to, really. I'd hate your guests to see it as it usually is. Bras and panties on the floor, contraceptives in the seat, and marijuana seeds.
Please mind what you say, madam. You don't know it, but you're in the presence of Mr. Miller's fiancée.
Fiancé.
Yes, and I'm her father.
Well, I never. Fiancé. Mr. Miller, and never told me.
We were keeping it a secret.
May I kiss you, sir?
Yes.
Please.
I'm so pleased for you, sir, and for you, miss, too.
Thank you.
And for you, sir.
Thank you.
You must be Miss Clear's father.
Miss Clear? I don't understand.
Well, I never, so you've got him at last. Well done, Miss Clear. I never thought you would, not after 4 years. Oh, forgive me, sir, if I'm speaking out of 10. But you must admit, 4 years is an awfully long time to be courting one woman.
4 years?
Oh, yes, dear. Was all of that and a bit more, wasn't it? And it was just in time, really. It's getting a bit prominent, a little bun in the oven. Oh always been keen on you. He told me so not 1 week ago in this very room. Mrs. Punnett, he says. Mrs. Punnett, as far as I'm concerned, you can keep the rest of them. Miss Clear will always be on the top of the heap for me. Oh, I says. What about that debutante bit, Carol? The one you're always telling me about, that colonel's daughter. Oh, he says, she's just a bit of Knightsbridge candy floss. A couple of licks and you're out of.
Oh, goodness.
Did you say 4 years, madam?
Yes, Colonel, 4 years in this room.
I know that voice. It's clear. It's clear.
Clear? I don't understand a damn thing that's happening in this room.
Yes, it's a very strange room, isn't it? It's like a magic dark room where everything happens the wrong way round. The rain falls indoors. The daily comes at night and turns a nice maid into a nasty mistress.
Oh, for God's sake, Clea, shut up.
At last, one word of protest. Have you finished lying then? Have you eaten the last crumb of humble pie? You coward. You bloody coward. Just because you didn't want to marry me, did you have to settle for this lot?
Marry?
Marry?
4 years of meaning to end in this triviality, Miss Laughingly known as in her daddy poo.
Oh, stop her, for God's sake!
How do you suggest I do that?
Well, where's all that bloody resource you keep talking about?
Now calm down, Dumpling, calm down. It's going to be all right. Keep your head. Ah, there. Take my hand. Daddy's here now. Everything's going to be all right.
Are you sure that's your daughter's hand you're holding, Colonel?
Wasn't that your hand?
No?
You must have lived with your daughter for well over 20 years, Colonel. What remarkable use you've made of your eyes. All right. My kinky game time. Let's play Guess the Hand.
Oh, good God.
Or would you rather play Guess the Teeth, Harold? Who has teeth like a picket fence?
Oh, how disgusting!
Oh, well, that's me, dear. I'm Queen Disgusty Poo. All right. Who's that?
I don't know.
Well, go on.
I don't know and I don't care.
Yes.
It's Brit. Of course it is. You can't trick me like that. It's Brittany's stupid head.
I'm afraid you're wrong, dear. It's mine.
It's not.
You're lying.
I don't
Oh
lie.
my God, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
Oh, it's fine.
Your turn, Harold.
Oh, I don't want to play this silly bloody game.
Daddy.
All right, well.
Brinsley's hand.
Yes.
Well done.
How does he know that? How does he know your hand and I don't?
Calm down, Carol.
Oh, no, answer me. I want to know.
Stop it.
I won't.
You're getting hysterical.
Oh, leave me alone. I want to go home.
Trolleys! Trolleys! Shopping trolleys at the supermarket. Oh, those wire trolleys filled with babies and bottles. They aim at you on purpose. No help from anyone. People used to say, "Yes, madam, thank you, madam, do you want it delivered?" Now all they say is, "Cornflakes over there," and leave you to yourself. Biscuits over there, Brillo over there, cat food flybys, air miles, 2 for 1, bargains in a bin. Oh, Daddy, it's awful. And then the godless ones, those heathens in helmets, laughing me to scorn. for long? Oh no. Who shall stand when he appeareth? Hmm? He'll stop them. He'll strike them from their motorcycles. He'll dash their helmets to the ground. Verily, I say unto you, there shall be an end to sneering, an end to sniggering in leather, an end to bondage. Keep off me! Keep off me! Keep off! Oh, Bernie, it's time we take you home. Yes, you're quite right. I'm terribly sorry I can't stay any longer, Mr. Miller. But your millionaire is unpardonable behavior. So typical of modern manners. Please extend my excuses.
Thank you very much, Claire.
Anytime.
You had no...
No?
You walked out on me.
Is that what I did?
You told me you never wanted to see me again.
Never saw you at all, Brinsley. How could you be walked out on? You should live in the dark. It's your natural element.
Whatever that means.
It means you don't really want to be seen. Why is that, Brinsley? Do you think if somebody saw you, they'd never really love you?
Go away.
I want to know.
Yes, you always want to know, Claire. Why is that, hmm? Tap, tap, tap away. Why is it that you always need to do that, Claire?
Perhaps because I care about you.
Yes, well, perhaps there's nothing to care about. Just some fake artist.
Stop pitying yourself. I told you when I met you. Could either be a good artist or a chic fake. You didn't like it because I refused to just give you applause.
Well, God knows, you certainly did that.
Is that what she gives you? 20 hours of ego massage every day?
Well, at least our relationship isn't a replica of the Holy Inquisition. You and I didn't have an affair. It was just 4 years of nookie with a Torquemada.
And don't say you didn't enjoy it.
Enjoy it. I hated every second of
Oh,
it.
yes, I remember.
Every second.
I recall.
When you left for Finland, it was the happiest day of my life.
Mine, too.
I sighed with relief.
So did
I
I.
went out dancing that very night.
So did I. I was out with the lyre and the timbrel.
Well, that's fine then.
Fine.
Super.
Duper.
It's lovely to see you looking so happy.
You too. Radiant with self.
I suppose this is very funny to you two.
It is quite, actually.
I'm not so easily amused, however, madam.
Look, Colonel, please.
Hold your tongue, sir, I'm talking. Do you know what would have happened to a young man like you in my day, who dared to treat a girl the way you treated my dumpling?
Well, I assume, Colonel...
Hold your tongue, I'm talking!
Daddy, just leave it.
In a moment, dumpling, kindly leave this to me.
Look, Carol, I can explain everything.
What the hell do we explain? All the time you were going with me, she was in the background. That's all there is to it. What were you doing? Weighing us up. Here,
What?
your ring. Take the bloody thing back.
My eye! My damned eye!
Oh, Daddy. I'm so sorry.
Oh, laugh your fill, madam. Laugh your fill. Miller, I asked you a question. Do you know what would have happened to a young lout like you in my day?
Happened, sir?
You'd have been thrashed, sir.
Thrash?
You'd have felt the mark of a father's horsewhip across your seducer's shoulder.
Would I?
You'd have raised your gutter-snipe voice to the heavens in a piteous scream for mercy and forgiveness. Oh! You villain! You villain!
Harold?
Oh, you sticky, conniving little pig!
What the hell's the matter with you, Harold?
Have you seen my room?
my reward, isn't it? For all these years of taking care of me. Because you're too much of a slob to take care of yourself. To have my best bit stolen from me. To impress your girlfriend and her daddy poo. Where's my couch? My irreplaceable chaise longue.
It's under the sheet.
Unbelievable!
It was an emergency.
Don't speak another word. This is the end of our relationship, Prince. I'm afraid that we shall never speak again. Oh. I'm afraid I'm going to have to smash you, Brinsley.
No, steady on, Harold, don't be rash.
Yes, I'm very much afraid. I'm going to have to smash you. That's bad news. Smash the smash. Smash the smash.
Stop it, Harold, you've gone mad.
I agree with you, sir. It's time for the reckoning.
Hold on a minute, Colonel. Let's not revert the savages. And I appeal to you, Harold. You've always had such civilized instincts. Don't join the army.
Get him, Daddy! Get him!
Harold!
Blast! Quiet, Colonel. We'll be able to hear them breathe.
Good idea. SD. Smart tactics, sir.
Hello, police! Mr. Miller! Mr. Miller! It's that damn electrician again. Hello, police, Mr. Miller!
Well, what are you doing up here? Haven't you fixed that fuse?
Or are you going to keep us in the dark all night?
Not to worry. The fuse is mended.
Mr. Miller, why is this darkness? It's a joke, yes? Mr. Miller, why this darkness?
No. That is not very funny, good people. Just because I'm a foreigner to imitate my voice. You English can be the rudest people on the earth.
But Mr. Miller, I have come to pay attention to your sculpture.
Gott im Himmel!
Gott im Himmel!
Oh, God, it's him. It's Bamberger.
Bamberger?
Don't worry, Mr. Bamberger. We've had a fuse, but it's mended now.
You have to speak up. He's deaf.
Oh, yes. Don't worry, Mr. Bamberger. We've had a fuse, but it's all right now. Oh, Claire, it's true. It really is all right. And just in the nick of time.
So, here's an end to your troubles. Just like Jehovah in the Sacred Testament, I give you the most miraculous gift of all creation. Light.
Light?
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
I wouldn't thank him too soon, Brinsley.
Neither would I, Brinsley, if I were you.
Nor would I, pretty poo, if I were you.
Well then thank me, for I shall play God for the second. Come, attend all of you. God said, let there be light, and there was, good people. Suddenly, astoundingly, instantaneously,